today we will be covering some concepts around lists and we will be looking at for and while loops. Let's get started right away with the video. Let me first make a list of values. So I would create a list A with the values 1, 2, 3 and 4. Okay, list A has 4 values 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, suppose we want to see what is the first element of the list. How would we do that in Python? We would do A of 0. Okay, the first element, right, which is 1 here, is found by putting the value 0 after the A within square bracket. So this basically means A of 0. When I run this, it will show the value 1 because the first value or first element in this list A is 1. Okay, if I put A of 1, that will give us the second value in the list A. Second value in the list A is nothing but 2. So when I run A of 1, we get 2. Similarly, if I run A of 2, we will get 3 because A of 2 is the third element in the list, which is 3, and A of 3 is the fourth element in the list, which is 4. There are only 4 elements. So suppose I run A of 4, it will say list index out of range because A of 4 means we are trying to find the fifth element in list A, and list A only has 4 elements. Okay, so let me go back to A of 3, it is 4. Okay, one more concept I want to show to understand is range. Okay, so if I type range of 3, what this will show is it will show range of 0, 3. Okay, if I convert it into a list, so I say list of range of 3, what this will show is, so whatever value is inside, right, say here we have the value 3, it will basically create a list starting from 0 as you see and go till the number that is 1 before the number within the range. So here the number within the range is 3, so this list of range of 3 starts from 0 and goes till 2. If I change this to 4, it will start from 0 and go till 3 as you see here. Okay, similarly, if I inside the range, if I put 0, right, I define the starting point, I put the ending point to be 4. Okay, but when we put 4 again, it will go only till 3, so keep that in mind. And I want to do it in steps of 1. What will happen is it will give the pretty much the same output because starting point we are defining, which is 0. The end point is 4, but as you know, if we say 4, it will go only till 3, one number before the ending point, and then in steps of 1, right? So it's increasing 0, 1, 2, 3 like that. So some important concepts you should know with respect to range. Okay, and one final thing, suppose I want to find the length of A. We know it has 4 elements. How do I find that? I would say length of A, simply len of A, and you will get the value 4. Okay, now that we are sorted with these concepts, we will move on to the looping part. Okay, suppose I want to create a for loop and say I want to print the elements of A one by one, right, like basically 1, then 2, then 3, then 4, one after the other. We could use a for loop to do that. How I would do that is, I would say for, take any variable you want. I would say take I, and I would say in range of, let me say 3, right. What this means is i's values can, so range of 3, as you know, I just showed you a little while back, will have the values 0, 1 and 2, right, 3 values. So what this means is I takes these 3 values, right. I can be in 0 or 1 or 2. I type enter and I say I want to print A, right. Let's see what this output shows. So it basically, as you know, I can take the value 0, 1, 2, so like basically 3 times it will go through this loop, and each time it will print the full value of A, which is basically A is shown here once, 1, 2, 3, 4. Again A is printed a second time, A is printed a third time, right, because I has 3 values. So when I is equal to 0, it will go through the loop print A. When I is equal to 1, it will go through the loop print A again for a second time, and when I is 2, it will also go through the loop and print A, right, 3 times. But this is not what we want, right? We want an output where first we show value 1, then 2, then 3, then 4. So for that, what we can do is, we should not just print the overall A, but we have to print. So in the first instance, we want to print A of 0, right? A of 0 is 1, we want to show the value 1. So in this case, since I is going through the loop, so I will have values 0, then 1, then 2. We could just say A of I, right? So in the first iteration, I will take the value 0, it will print A of 0, which is nothing but 1. In the second iteration, it will print, I will take the value 1, it will print A of 1, and A of 1 will be 2, right, the second element, and so on. So now when I run this, then we get 1, 2 and 3. We don't get the value 4. Why? Because I's values are in the range 3, which means I can take value 0, 1 and 2, which means the output printed will be first A of 0, which is 1, then A of 1, which is 2, and then A of 2, which is 3. 4 is actually A of 3. Since I does not take the value 3 in this for loop, A of 3 is not getting printed. Okay, simple as that. Suppose I add the value 4, I say range of 4, then I will take the values 0, 1, 2 and 3. Now when I run this, we will get all the values, right? So I can go till 3, so even A of 3 will be printed, which is nothing but 4. But suppose I put range of 5, let's see what happens. It shows an error, right? Because when I takes the value 0, 1, 2 and 3, A of 0, A of 1, A of 2, A of 3 exist. But as we saw recently, A of 4 does not exist because A does not have 5 elements. But here, since range is 5, I is going from 0 till 4. Okay. Since A of 4 does not exist, it is saying list index out of range, right? That value is not even in the range. We are getting an error. To avoid this kind of error, to make it a little more neater in terms of code, we would do the try and except combination. So what we would do is, we would first write try. So try is where first we are going to try if this loop actually works. Okay, and then I put enter and I print A of I. Okay, so wherever this works, give me this value. Then I type in cases where there are errors. So in this case, I would say except where there is an index error. In those cases, just print me a -1. Okay, to make it look neater, the output. Now when I run this, it shows 1, 2, 3, 4. When I's value becomes 4, there is no A of 4, right? There is an index error. But for that index error case, we are giving an except statement which says we print up value -1, which is what is showing here. So instead of getting an error, we get a lightly neater output. Okay, this is about the try and except combo. Next, I will show you the while loop. So suppose I declare a variable called j equal to 1, and then I say while j less than say 6. Okay, I will open the loop and I will say print j. Okay, and then I would say j equal to j plus 1. Okay, let's run this and see what happens. It shows 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So what is happening here? Let's go step by step. So j is equal to 1. First we are giving the value 1 to the variable j. Okay, then when we get into the while loop, we say j less than 6. We want to print j. Okay, so when we entered the while loop, j's value was 1. So print of j means it will print the value 1. Great. Then what it does is, it does j equal to j plus 1. What this means is, it increments the value of j by 1. Okay, so current value of j, as you know, was 1. So then it becomes j plus 1, which means it becomes 1 plus 1, value is 2. Again it comes back to the while loop, again checks if that j less than 6, yes, 2 is less than 6. Then we print j again, which is 2, so we print that. Then it increments j equal to j plus 1, so it becomes 3 now, j. Again it checks for the condition j less than 6, yes, 3 is less than 6. Prints j, which is 3, so we get the 3 printed. Similarly, it will move to 4, then it will move to 5, it will get printed. Then after 5 is printed, when j becomes j plus 1, the value of j becomes 5 plus 1, which is 6. Is 6 less than 6? No. and then the loop terminates. That is why we don't have the output 6 here, we have output only till 5. Okay, I hope you enjoyed the video, and if you like the video, do share it with your friends. I'll see you again in another video. Till then, take care. Bye.